Hey, Lord of the Rings fans, Roman Diesel is back. Going to be looking at the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, the Battle of Osgiliath. I finally got the buildings painted and the troll painted. Thank you for those who made comments on what they'd like to see the troll. So I did make him into the moldy green troll. No helmet. And I gave him the club instead of the warhammer, because I already have one with the warhammer. And a couple mentioned the drummer boy, but I didn't like the drummer boy. So what I did was I just thought, okay, this is a drummer guy, but what happens when he's got to fight? He's got to do some fighting. He drops his drum, grabs his club, and still has his little drumstick, and he's going to beat you over the head with a drumstick. So this one was pretty easy to put together. It was. Plastic. And you could accessorize it. So you had all the accessories that go with it. So there's still things on the sprue. I was gonna have him hold the club and hold the hammer, but the hammer is right-handed. If I put it on the left, it didn't work. Didn't really look good. So I decided to take it off and just give him the little drummer stick. So I got the houses all painted up, and I was quite happy with the way I did it. I looked online at on YouTube at how people were doing it, but then I decided to go my own way. I spray painted them black, but I used a glossy black for some reason I bought. And then I painted it with a gray cere. And then I painted it with a pallid weird white, or pallid weird flesh white. And then I used Nuln Oil for the walls and that. And for these two, I put a little bit of green, like algae growing off the sides. And then this one, and then the other two were just none of that stuff. Now for the top, I used different Ushabi bone, and also another kind of bone for the tiles, and then wash them with Nuln Oil. And then this one I actually put some green on it to make it look like mold, or to make it look like green algae. So a little bit of aging there. The wood, I thought about using some of the wood as charred black, but then I realized that the Dunedain would probably shore up anything if it fell off. But I do like the fact they have floor scenes. What I wish they had done, I wish they had put a bottom floor. They could have put a bottom. And they could have did what they did with the Rohirrim Watchtower Palisade. They could have made the doors that actually open. That would have been nice. Would have broke probably, but anyway, these ruins were really fun to make. Like, it wasn't that hard. I made some mistakes in putting it together. You can see here. But then again, when you think about ruins, stones shift. They don't stay perfectly straight when it's a ruin, or even when it's not a ruin. The effects of time will shift stones. Just plants growing into things will shift a stone. Vines, weather, wind, normal erosion will make things fall down and make stones shift. So I wasn't too upset when things didn't quite match up. And that. So I really wish they put a floor plan in this. And maybe even for the bigger one, another room division, like a half wall in the middle. Now for some reason it did come with these little extra pieces. I have no idea. They don't go anywhere. This is just an extra piece. And there's a couple of them. So I'm not sure why there. Maybe you can add something on, but I don't see where you could do that. Especially with these ones. So I thought they were going to be floor pieces. Would have been nice if they'd done that. Also, when they did the sprues, I thought it was 1 sprue equals 1 building. No, 2 sprues equal two buildings. So when you build 1 building, you have to go A. 1 sprue would be A, the next sprue would be D. No B and C, just A and D. So you constantly have to go back between sprues for 1 building to get what you need. Instead of just having everything, make it simple on 1 sprue. So that was one of the drawbacks to building this. But overall, I like the effect of what I made. It's definitely better than the first one I made. The first runes of Osgiliath I made, I just made them pure white, like marble. Nothing special, nothing fancy. This one I put a little more thought and effort into aging them, making them look old. And then with the troll busting through, the effect's kind of cool. Now I just got to go back and paint the heroes and the infantry. So this is what it looks like overhead if you set it up. I got my 4 buildings defending a square. I've got archers in all 4 buildings. I got a company from Anorian holding 1 street. A company from Lebanon with commanders holding this street. And then I got a company from Lebanon holding that street. Coming behind it, I got my troll. He dropped his drum and he's now ready to go. And he's got 24 Morannon orcs behind him with a commander. A classic trap. They see the enemy, troll comes barreling in, archers start firing, and then as soon as these guys, because orcs are not too smart, they rush. As soon as they get into their rush mode, orcs don't really orcs aren't great at keeping order, though in strategy battle game they always keep their order, ranks in order, which should not be. Orcs are not known for their discipline. They would be rushing pell-mell across this thing as fast as they can. The troll is a line breaker, and the orcs wouldn't even notice what's coming up the street. And as soon as they're committed, then these guys would come in and slam into them from the side. As well with archers up top. Archers up top, getting assailed from 3 sides. That's how you fight in a street. You pick your targets, pick what streets you want to defend, and then set traps. The forces of Mordor can reinforce their bridgehead and send massive reinforcements in. This is how you'd fight. You'd lure individual groups in and wipe out small groups of orcs that are cut off from the main force, because the orcs are trying to get in, break the line, and penetrate as far as they can and create havoc. This would be a bottleneck scenario. So it does look pretty cool. So this is pretty awesome. And you got to assume there's other buildings on the street so that your archers remain hidden. Alright, so that is what I have done so far with the Battle of Osgiliath. All you Lord of the Rings fans, let me know what you guys think of how it looks. And if you guys have this, and have you played it so far? I haven't had a chance to play yet. Leave comments in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, I'm Roman Daisel. I am out of here.